The next separation that I'm going to do is when we use filtration. Now, filtration uses a funnel, and you're going to use that to separate a mixture that is made out of something like sulfur and water. Now, if you put sulfur into water, what you'll see is the sulfur doesn't dissolve in the water. It is what is called insoluble. So now, if I take a piece of filter paper, and if you take a piece of filter paper and you fold it in half, and you fold it in half again, and then you will see that it's got 4 pieces to it, and if you open up on the one side and you put that in, then what you've got is a funnel, and if you pour the liquid through, what's going to happen is the water is going to go through the paper and the sulfur is going to stay behind. Now, what you can actually do is you can take your filter paper and you can make it into what almost looks like a fan. So you fold it in half, and you fold it in half, and then you take these side pieces and you keep on folding them over and over, so it looks like that, and you keep on folding, and you end up with something that looks like that. And then when you open it up, what you'll find is that actually you've increased the surface area, and if you increase the surface area, what will happen is the water will run through a whole lot quicker. So let me show you what I mean. If I take this out now, you can see that the water has run through and the sulfur is left on the paper. But if I put this piece of paper in now, what should happen is, because there's a greater surface area, what should happen is the water should run through a whole lot faster. Which just means that filtration happens a lot faster. Right, now we call the water that is running through, the liquid that runs through the filter paper is called the filtrate. And then what is left behind on the filter paper is called the residue. Right, residue is just a word that we use to kind of represent things that are left behind. So the filtrate runs through the filter funnel, the water, and the residue is the sulfur that's left behind on the paper. Alright, and that is the separation of something that is insoluble. Right, that water there is clear, there's no sulfur in it, and the sulfur is left behind on the paper. We would just let that dry and then put it back in the bottle and we'd be able to use it again.